Good evening. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee for the Monday night SFLM action between the Pittsburgh Riverhogs and the Nashville Tempo. Both teams are on a 3-game win streak. Each game going forward in this minor league action is crucial. I'm Charles Doherty calling the game with my partner, Alden Bleeker. Alden, what's got you excited about tonight's matchup?
Well, two teams that have been very promising. Of course, the game last week between Pittsburgh and San Jose, a thriller to the absolute end, a shootout 45-38 to finish in that. And of course, both of these teams throughout this season have been pretty darn good on the offensive end of the ball. So I think we're going to see yet another case of another offensive shootout. It's going to be a fight up to the finish for both of these teams as they inch closer and closer to this SFLM championship.
Right, Nashville will be wearing the cool green, and Pittsburgh will be wearing the, I believe that's golden gray, but you can correct me. Pittsburgh will be defending, and let's get this game started.
Yeah, absolutely, and just so many things to talk about with this game and with these teams, and with the free agency show happening yesterday. Of course, a lot of teams are going to be watching these playoffs very closely, looking for the next wave of stars in the SFL with this upcoming draft.
Right, and we're seated around the 10-yard line, takes it back up to the 27, 28-yard line. Out comes Nashville Tempo. What are you looking to see for the offense of Nashville?
Well, with Nashville, of course, they've been very even, 154 rushing yards per game. But of course, that big passing attack by Switch Thumper, 246 passing yards per game. I mean, 9 touchdown passes and 16 yards per reception on average. I mean, they have a fantastic passing attack, and if Switch Thumper can really kind of light up the board tonight, it's going to be a long night for this Pittsburgh defense.
All right, and here we go with the spread formation. Thumper behind center. You got motion to the top of the screen. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Clock is ticking down to about 6 seconds left. Back to pass, throws it past the first down yard marker, but it gets tipped away at the last second by the Pittsburgh defense. Let's do some quick introductions here on the Nashville side for offense. Quarterback Switch Thumper, halfback Ace Ketchum, fullback Stanley Younger, wide receivers Easton King, Kenny Hendricks, Elliott Pope Jr., tight ends Cables McGill, Leon Sandcastle, center Don Johnson. And let's go here to the 2nd and 10. Another spread formation. Back to pass. 4-man rush, little pressure, but stands in the pocket and completes it. He's going to the 40 and still going. Is anybody going to stop him? 30, 25, 15, 10. He's going all the way. Kenny Hendricks with his 3rd touchdown of the season. What a play.
Yeah, absolutely. And it all starts with Switch Thumper realizing that, hey, they're gonna be on my second, or they're gonna be on my receiving core all night long, and they're gonna be very aggressive, and so they overcommit just the slightest bit there and just places the ball up in the air. Perfect connection and a perfect way to carve up this defense, and Nashville off to a flying start. 2 plays and a touchdown. My goodness.
I mean, what a way to open up the game. I mean, hello, we're in for an exciting matchup tonight, Alden.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said last week, the game for Pittsburgh was a shootout, and with a double elimination, so many exciting possibilities on the card. But of course, an exciting game along the way never hurts either.
All right, and Pittsburgh's back to see how they respond. Ball is received at the 1-yard line. Up goes Timothy Mossam King. He gets out to about the 31, 32-yard line, and let's see King Jackson, see how he responds.
Yeah, absolutely. And, these are players that, not only are they, very high caliber, of course, that's why they're being looked at by these SFL teams, some of them 2-way players, in fact. But, it really shows these kind of mental intangibles. When you go down early, it's a couple plays and you're already down by a touchdown. It really shows those mental intangibles when you go out there and show what you can do after that.
All right, showing a split split backfield in a spread formation on the 32-yard line. And up the middle. We've got a couple yards. BB Blitz, not a bad run, 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and it hasn't been as much of a strength compared to the passing attack for Pittsburgh. But again, when you're against such a strong passing attack in Nashville, when you can vary things up, it really does help you get across the finish line.
Formation, 2nd and 5. Another run to the outside. Blitz is going past the first down marker. We got a first down. BB Blitz is heating up.
Yeah, and BB Blitz has been one of the better running options. 308 yards this season. That works out to be about 102, give or take. And so, if they can get him online, then it really frees up that much more space for King Jackson to do his work.
Twins formation. Back to pass. Plenty of time. In the middle. Open. Complete to Keith Wheeler. Nice 8-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, and again, that's what we talk about, right? Like with the rhythm that SFL offenses use. Again, 2 runs that really opens the space up the middle. And again, Keith Wheeler, just a little space up the middle, 9 yards per reception on the season. And again, it just creates just so much opportunity when you have that rhythm going.
My Joker's formation. Fullback is moved out of the I formation to a split. Hand off again to the halfback and a first down. Move the chains. Let's do a quick introduction of the offense for Pittsburgh. At quarterback, King Jackson. Halfback, BB Blitz. Wide receivers, Eric Duncan, Xavier Knight, Timothy Mossam King. Tight ends, Keith Wheeler, Jimmy Wint. And on the line, Sierra Gilgannon and tackle Trey Hyman. Let's go to 1st and 10. Back to pass. A little bit of pressure. Had to get rid of it. Nice pass to Keith Wheeler, the tight end, for 4 yards.
Well, and again, you have to really give a lot of credit to Pittsburgh for the patience so far. On that previous drive, we saw it was BB Blitz with the patience, 2 tackles that were just absorbed by the offensive line because he just sort of sat in the pocket. And again, there, King Jackson just not making any quick decisions, and it works out.
Back to pass in the middle, wide open to Timothy Mossam King. They got to put two defenders on that guy. He's tearing up the league so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's just the ability as a quarterback in the SFL when you see that opening up the middle to just recognize these little gaps in the coverage and diagnosing that and putting the ball right there. Again, it's a fantastic start for Pittsburgh. I mean, as much as Nashville, two play touchdown is pretty much, 1 play off for perfection. I mean, Pittsburgh have fired back quite resoundingly so far.
Pro formation, throws it off the middle. Let's do a quick introduction after that incomplete pass of the Nashville tempo defense. On the line at defensive ends, we got Theo Grant Petty, Connor O'Shaughnessy, defensive tackle Ralph Leopold, at outside linebacker Dallas Knowles, cornerback Bentley Bonner, and strong safety Chris Delro. We go back to 2nd down action, 2nd and 10. Back to pass, plenty of time. Those 2 progressions, great pass. I believe, was that Eric Duncan? Yes, Eric Duncan. Move the chains, and they are threatening to score.
And again, patience really the key word on this drive. I mean, looking like everyone was covered all the way down the field. And again, just patience going through those route trees, as you say, and just something happens to open up towards the sideline and not trying to force anything. King Jackson showing quite a high level of mental maturity as a young quarterback in this league.
The pass. Written in. Oh, almost intended for number 85 at the back of the end zone. Put a little heat on that ball, but it looks like the tight end was the designated wide receiver there. Didn't have enough hands to hold on to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the sort of the flip side of patience is that, sometimes when you're playing a game where you have to be very, very patient, a wide open pass happens like that, you almost freak out like, oh gosh, there's nobody around. Wait, where is everyone?
Run off tackle, not going anywhere. Stopped by number 70. 3rd and goal. Big 3rd down coming up. They got to respond.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tricky situation. I mean, Pittsburgh have had that run, pretty much all game long. So you certainly can't fault them for going for it. But man, third and quite a ways to go here.
Nice spread formation, back to pass, dumps it off to the fullback. It's a couple closer to the goal line, making it a little bit easier for the kicker there, but I think they were looking for 7.
Well, yeah, and I really like the idea there of the design, like whether it was designed or whether it was spontaneous in the moment, the screen pass to the fullback. I mean, you saw that first big stiff arm almost opening up the space. Very clever idea, and, Pittsburgh are going to be a little, probably going to kick themselves a little bit that they didn't get the touchdown, but King Jackson showing a lot of patience, the run game working, the pass game working, and this is already shaping up to be another game that's going to be a fist fight right up to the finish line.
Yeah, at this point out, I think that it's as long as they put some points on the board. I mean, it's not a touchdown, but I think they're still in the thick of things and showing that their offensive playbook can move down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's patience, patience, patience. Sometimes in games like this, the breakthrough doesn't come till the third quarter, fourth quarter. And as you say, it's all about just holding on as long as you can.
Here past the 30 up to about the 35. Let's do a quick introduction of the Pittsburgh Riverhog defense. On the line, we've got defensive end Theodore Rocker, defensive tackle Bubba Bruiser, inside linebacker Mo Montana, outside linebackers R.C. Puff Noah Davis, free safety Jubilee Marsh, and strong safety J.C. Wallace. And let's go on first down. Let's see what Switch Thumper can do.
Yeah, absolutely. That first drive for Nashville was absolutely incredible. As I said, one drive, one play too long to be considered perfect, but they're going to be looking to repeat here.
Split spread look, run up the middle, 5 yards and more, still going, still churning. Ace Ketchum with a really good run, not decent, really good, 6 yards. I'll take that anytime on first down.
Yeah, and that's the first time that we've really seen the run. As we said, the 2 passes from Switch Thumper, the first one that was dropped in, or I should say swatted in man coverage, and now they're really getting an opportunity to include that run game, which again, because you're ahead, you have so many more options.
Joker is on 2nd and 4. Another run up the middle. Didn't look like it was going anywhere. Number 32, the fullback, Stanley Younger, was able to put some power, lower the shoulders, and get a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the common wisdom as far as defensive coaching in the SFL nowadays is that you got to blow up those run plays in the backfield before they happen, and that's exactly what it looked like was going to happen, but just the sheer craftiness and agility to get away there.
It's a play action. It fooled me. Over the middle, almost intercepted. It looked like Mo Montana, the inside linebacker, had his mitts on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you've got this running game working so well. I mean, that play action was so effective. I believe it fooled our camera operator as well. So, you've got a great passer in Switch Thumper, and the run game has been working so far this drive. I mean, really makes it so easy to keep even a great defense like Pittsburgh on their back feet.
Split twins with the high wide receiver going to the low part of the screen. 2nd and 10. Play clock clicking down. Back to pass. Little pressure. Stands in there. Throws it wide open over the middle. Kenny Hendricks. There wasn't anyone around him until when he got the ball. I mean, he had a great route. Nobody messed with him on the line. It was a great route, and I think they need to start line up a little bit tight on the line. What do you think?
Yeah. Ooh, and that was 22 for Pittsburgh. I don't know if he was watching the quarterback's eyes or what happened there, but just a little late to that coverage there. But again, it's just the patience of Switch Thumper. I mean, that pressure coming, but just standing up, staying in the pocket, and continuing to eyeball down the field.
Short drop, pass over the middle. Ooh. Almost intercepted. Intended for Kenny Hendricks, but it was wide over. It was all over him.
Yeah, and that was a bit of an unfortunate bounce there. A bit of a small fortune for Nashville that it isn't going the other way, because that bounced like off of his knee, off of his thigh into the air. Very awkward bounce.
All right, we got 2nd and 10 and I Twins back to pass. Got some pressure down the middle. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Jubilee Marsh is high-fiving the defense. Looks like he deflected the pass, and we're looking at a 3rd and 10 for Nashville.
Yeah, and that is really good defense. I mean, absolutely clean man-to-man coverage. I mean, you really got to be brave and step up to these receivers when you've got such a talented quarterback on the other side of the field.
First show of a quads formation tonight, back on 3rd and 10. It's a little pressure on the outside, and he is brought down by outside linebacker R.C. Puff.
Wow, and you can't blame Switch Thumper for staying in the pocket and trying to stay up on his feet because the offensive line has done such a fantastic job protecting him all night long, but man, just bullies his way through the offensive line there into the pocket. And this is a crucial stop for Pittsburgh.
Back to punt, 4th and 13. If they can pin him deep. Is up and away, fair catch given by the receiver. 1st and 10 on the 13. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the join the community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. 1st and 10. Pittsburgh has the ball. Keene Jackson, an I spread formation. Handoff up the middle. BB Blitz gets 4 out of that.
Yeah, and it really does, as we said, the rhythm's so important in today's SFL and SFLM for that matter, offenses. When you've got these runs that can pick up 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards on demand, it makes it, again, it just opens up your playbook so completely.
A Joker sending the fullback in motion again on 2nd and 6. Plenty of time on the play clock. End off. BB Blitz doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, we saw that run that looked like it was going to get blown up earlier, and eventually escaped. But man, just got a little caught behind his block there, trying to follow it.
2 wide receivers line up, back to pass. Dumps it off. Keith Wheeler. Keith Wheeler's going. Spins, maneuvers, dukes and jives for the 1st down.
Oh, man, and what a move once he gets the ball here to just absolutely send his mark flying. Man, that would have been ruled a cross-check, I believe, if this was ice hockey. Just absolute stern move to send his man to the turf.
Little hockey action on the field. We got the split twins look from Pittsburgh. 1st down. 2 minutes left in the 1st quarter. Back to pass, plenty of time. Dumps it off to Blitz again. No, excuse me. Blitz, that looked like that was for the fullback.
Yeah, and it seems like it's, again, more and more of a thing that we're seeing in this game. When you've got that big, strong fullback who's got the ability to kind of muscle people off them, it makes sense. Fullbacks typically are in the run game to pick up a few yards. Well, why not include him in the pass game to pick up a few yards?
And Jackson back to pass, throws it in the middle. Oh, and it's off the hands of Keith Wheeler. It looked like he had some space there.
Yeah, and another infortuitous bounce way up in the air. I mean, these defenses are going to see these. It's going to be like a shark smelling blood in the water if we keep seeing these infortuitous bounces where it just goes way up into the air.
To the top of the screen. 3rd and 8. Back to pass. Drops it off to the halfback. The halfback is still going. The halfback gets... 1st down, BB Blitz, good hands and good run after catch.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's the thing about these screen passes. A great job passing it, but man, the block up front is so tough to get around for this defense and just opens up the space. This is Pittsburgh's offense working as a unit so far this drive.
Pro formation on 1st down. And Jackson behind center, back, short drop to pass, and wide open wide receiver, Timothy Mossam King. 1st down, man, one more step, and he could have been all the way to the races.
Yeah, absolutely. Timothy Mossam King has been doing some great things at the major league level as well. And man, you see 37 receiving yards in this game in 2 receptions and on top of a 20-yard. So a 20-yard reception, that one for about 17. I mean, man, it makes your job so much easier as a quarterback when you got receivers that are fired up and moving.
Active pass, a little pressure on the outside, in the middle, dumps it off. Wheeler, and he keeps moving for a first down.
Yeah, and it's Wheeler that has really been so tough, just bowling over these green shirts. I mean, again, a fantastic job to just very safely put up those hands, reel the ball in. But again, just the braveness and the toughness to put that shoulder down and drive it through.
Looked like the linebacker didn't know what happened when Wheeler did that juke move on the route. First and 10, backs in the backfield. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Run up the middle. He's going about 5 yards, maybe more. No, they'll give him 5. E.D. Blitz with another decent run on first down.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been these first down runs by BB Blitz this drive that has really sort of, as we said, driven the rhythm for Pittsburgh because, on second down, if it's 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, you've got the option between a pass and a run. Whereas if it's 2nd and 10, you're more leaning towards pass most of the time.
Last play of the first quarter, a pitch. BB Blitz isn't going anywhere. Brought down by the linebacker, number 50. That is the end of the first quarter. What stands out to you? What did we see in the first quarter that impresses you?
Well, absolutely. I think both of these defenses are working as a unit. And, games like this, whether it's at the major league level, whether it's at the minor league level, it really comes down to being a chess match as far as deciding who wins, where both these teams are going to push back and forth. And it's really whoever makes the first major blunder is going to be the one that sees their proverbial king tipped over.
Grips the top of the screen. It looks like they ran the same play. Another screen pass to Blitz. Another first down by Blitz. That's a great play. I think we're going to see that a couple more times tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. These design screen passes have really been doing the trick, and I mean doing the trick for both of these teams. I would say again, just opening up the space. The design typically for these screen passes just to pick up a few yards, whether it's to convert a first down or set up a more manageable second down. But you'll take those first downs every time.
Back to pass, plenty of time, dumps it off. Keith Wheeler again, he's catching a lot of those passes in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been such a reliable option, not only in this drive, but across this game, I would say, again. And, you got a great quarterback. That, of course, is step one. But having a reliable receiver that knows what to do with the ball once it's in their hands is such a crucial part of the equation.
Run up the middle. He's churning. He has just enough strength and momentum to take him past the chains. First down for Blitz, first down for the Riverhogs.
Well, we see SFL players get caught behind their blocks sometimes, but that was closer to the tush push there that we saw, just following the block all the way up past the line, up past the down marker there.
Back to pass goes Jackson, another dump off, and another great run after catching. Wow. Got the first down, just barely. I don't know. They may want to. I don't know if they're going to look at that one, but just cross the line there to make it first and goal. They're killing them with those swing passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even like they're defending it poorly. I mean, they do a good job to push him out there, and good coverage on the first one. But it's just, man, so hard to bring down because not only is Wheeler making these catches and very reliable, 51 yards receiving on the game today, but he's just making this defense look silly sometimes.
Another run, and it looks like into the end zone. BB Blitz, he's taking the offense, put it on his shoulders and says, "Follow me to the end zone, gents."
Yeah, absolutely. Wheeler and Blitz working in tandem to get them into the end zone. I mean, a fantastic and crucial stop, as I said, for Pittsburgh on the other side of the ball. And they do a fantastic job, not only to get the points, not only to figure out the game plan that they need to rely on going forward, but also they also get the points that put them back in an advantageous position. And it kind of puts Nashville's back up against the wall in terms of what they can call from their playbook.
And that extra point gives Pittsburgh a 3-point lead. If you're liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Here we go with the kickoff. Nashville set to receive. Can they respond? Ball received in the end zone. Taking it out to the 10-yard line, still going to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 32, and brought down at the 33. Decent return for Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great field position for Nashville to start in, and as we mentioned, games like this where it's back and forth, that breakthrough moment, that proverbial blunder sometimes doesn't happen until the third quarter, fourth quarter. But you gotta do what you can, and you've got a great quarterback, you've got a quite good running game, and so you got to stick with those things that brought you to the dance and got you this far.
Cooper lines up behind center. Backs in the backfield. 1st and 10 on the Nashville's 33-yard line. Audible called. Moving the wide receiver to the top of the screen. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Better get rid of it soon. Just at the nick of time. Back to pass. Over the middle. Caught. Easton King. Great hands. 1st down. Nashville.
Well, how about this? Again, it's just the ability to read the middle of the field here. This is just such premium territory. And again, leaves the double coverage behind with this route. Oh, man, just goes between them. That is fantastic route running and fantastic vision by the quarterback.
All night we've seen some great route running on both sides.
Absolutely. I would totally agree with that.
1st and 10. One back in the backfield. Haven't seen this look tonight. Back to pass. And an extra man to blitz. A little pressure. Gets rid of it. The last second. Complete. Is that to Easton King? No, it's to Kenny Hendricks. What a way to how to operate in the pocket. Switch Thumper put on a clinic back there.
Yeah, well, Switch Thumper a little less likely to, or a little less, I should say, eager to stand in the pocket after that sack in the previous possession, but makes something good happen, scrambles to safety and finds maybe one of the most unlikely receivers on that play given how it started. But man, Hendricks is close to a century on the game, and man, that is a fantastic passing attack so far.
Fullback goes up into tight end formation. A run, the same strong side, and it doesn't look like Ace Ketchum, the halfback, got any on that yard. Actually lost it too.
Yeah, just trying to follow those blocks around, but really nothing opening up there.
A lot of space to go when you're crossing over the center to the high end of on the screen. With the strength was there, but you got to be pretty fast to get up there in time. Back to pass, short drop. Great pass, great catch. Another 1st down. Stanley Younger, the fullback, is putting on a show on how fullbacks need to be used in these offenses.
Yeah, well, and again, we talked about how those fullbacks have, the arm length to do those stiff arms, but we saw there just the ball lofted up in the air, and he just reached up and grabbed it.
Pass over the middle. Elliott Pope Jr., I think that's the first time we called his name tonight. And yet another great route run by the wide receivers on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just watch the middle of your screen there. It's that shallow crossing route at the bottom that kind of takes the eyes of the secondary off the crossing route at the top. And again, it's just the options for Switch Thumper, and he has so much patience to stick with it and not decide too quickly and just let the play develop.
Nashville threatening. 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Run up the middle. Still going, still churning. Not a lot of yards, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, very, very quickly, the defensive line getting into the the back line there. I mean, they got 8 yards, so it certainly could have gone worse.
2nd and 9. Twitch Thumper lines up behind center. I formation. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. A handoff. Ace Ketchum goes off tackle. Brought down by number 43 on the Pittsburgh Riverhogs.
Yeah, and again, really making it tough to run here, and it almost makes it a difficult decision. Like, I almost feel like you wonder if you run again or if you pass here, because 3rd and 8, I mean, it makes it very easy to feel like pass here, but...
Down line shown by Pittsburgh. Back to pass. Some pressure. They sent some extra guys, and they just walloped Thumper, and that ball, luckily, it didn't get intercepted.
Yeah, man. And again, just like we were talking about, you're really not expecting a run on 3rd and 8. So it certainly makes it easier to justify to send, 1 extra, 2 extra. And if they if they do go for the run, well, it's like we're blitzing anyway. So
30-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. And Yuki makes it. 5 minutes left. We have a tie ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Very close game. Both of these teams really succeeding on offense, doing their best to slow each other down on defense. And I think that's going to be perhaps, as I say, the big back and forth chess game that this game is likely to turn into. I think that's the thing, is that both these teams going to work very hard for an interception. And I think that might be the tipping point.
Short kick. Pittsburgh takes it out. The 31-yard line. For all league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats, and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net. Presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. We're looking at 1st down. Pittsburgh's got the ball. Let's see if they can take the lead. Josh dumps it off to number 46, Keith Wheeler. Keith Wheeler's getting a lot of action tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the stuff up the middle kind of closing there, and able to find him to pick up a couple yards. But, man, that was really some tight coverage all over the field by Nashville there.
2nd and 8. Jackson surveys the field. Good formation, back to pass. Up the middle, get some pressure, able to get it off, complete to Timothy Mossam King. Wow, what a catch. Move the chains.
And man, how about the quality of this throw? I mean, the pocket collapsing very quickly. Decision has to be made extremely fast, and King Jackson makes the perfect throw to Timothy Mossam King. I mean, man, you talk about 2 future stars in this league. I mean, Timothy Mossam King has already been doing some good stuff at the major league level and just absolutely balling out at the minor league level.
With Twins formation, Jackson goes back to pass, plenty of time, wide open. Keith Wheeler moving the chains again. He is dangerous in the middle. He's dangerous on the left. He's dangerous on the right. How do you stop him?
I mean, really, you say that rhetorically, but I think that really is kind of the question to answer if you're Nashville. How do you stop this guy? Because, thrown to 11 times and quickly creeping up on 100 yards, picking up a few yards at a time. I mean, he just is so dangerous, not only catching it, but destroying defenders once he has the ball in his hands.
Run up the middle, still going. Wow, what a power run by BB Blitz for the 1st down.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, and that's the other thing too, is that it's not only Wheeler. I mean, Wheeler, I absolutely do not mean to take anything away from Wheeler, because he's having a fantastic game, but BB Blitz is picking up very reliable yardage, these few yards at a time, but also occasionally just these big bursts for 10 yards, 11 yards plus. And again, it just makes it so easy when you've got this kind of this rhythm under your own control to push the other team onto their back heel.
Pass goes Jackson. Bumps it off again. Looks like that's to Wheeler. Wheeler still going. Stiff arm still going. Ruggin, burning all the way down to the 1 yard line. 1st and goal.
I genuinely thought that he was about to ride. He was like about to flip over that tackle and ride it into the end zone like a surfer, just riding the wave to shore. Because we're gonna see this catch here again, and just big stiff. I mean, just breaks this tackle, avoids this tackle, and just the ability, as you say, the athleticism, the strength to keep his legs moving and gets them so close to the end zone.
Stelro, the strong safety, put every bit of effort in to stop him and keep him out of the end zone. First and goal. Back to pass goes Jackson, gets some pressure, gets rid of it, and it looks like that was tipped by number 42 on the Nashville tempo, Barnes.
Yeah, and again, man, it's really can feel sort of a collective gasp in this stadium every time a ball is deflected, because it just feels like that one interception that comes is going to be the potentially decisive moment.
Second and goal. High formation, run up the middle. Nobody's touching him. BB Blitz just scampers into the end zone. What a great drive.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic drive. I mean, as much as you can talk about Wheeler and as much as you can talk about Blitz, I mean, it's really been the combination attack from Pittsburgh, and you definitely can't take anything away from King Jackson either, just making the correct decisions. I mean, this is a well-coached, talented team, and they know exactly what they have to do here. Both these teams going to be in this one till the very, very end.
And up for the extra point. And the extra point is good. Pittsburgh takes a 7-point lead over Nashville with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and man, that is what Pittsburgh needs to be doing more of. I mean, they are going to be looking for a quick stop on the other side of this ball. I mean, 3 and out is the dream, to try to get one more score in and really give themselves some padding, because you need absolutely every single degree of an angle of advantage that you can take in a game like this.
Nice return by Nashville. Kenny Hendricks takes it out from the 1 yard line, maybe the half-yard line, out about 30 yards on the return.
Yeah, and that's really, a lot of teams are looking at, not only your stats, not only your off-field intangibles, but also like how versatile are you? Of course, a receiving touchdown on the day, but also a really good returner, and that versatility can help you a lot in the draft.
A spread formation, and in the wide receiver at the top of the screen to the bottom. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Jumper goes back. 4-man rush, throws it in the middle, and it looks like that was bounced off of, was that 87, Elliott Pope?
I believe it was. And again, just another instance of the ball getting tipped up and into the air. I mean, away from the defense that time, but just again, you just feel the collective gasp of not only the people in the stadium, but all the fans watching on YouTube and at home.
Good spread, 2nd and 10. Back to pass. 4-man rush, has to get out of the pocket, throws it deep. Wide open. Overthrew the wide receiver, intended for Easton King.
Yeah, and that would have been one of those streak of lightning touchdowns that we see all the time in the major leagues. Man, just a little too much gas on that one. Really kind of the first mental mistake that I feel like we've seen Switch Thumper make all day.
Odds look by Nashville. 3rd and 10. Thumper surveys the scene, back to pass. Plenty of time, throws it over the middle. Flag! At the last second, the flag came down. That always has the look of pass interference on the defense. Looks like that was called on Jubilee Marsh, the free safety.
Yeah, man, and we're going to see it again here. He's all over him. He's got his arm like around his waist here, almost like shoving him away from the... Yeah, that is aggressive defensive coverage, and ordinarily you can't particularly fault the effort. You'd rather a player commit too much on defense than not enough, but man, on a 3rd and long, and now not only that, but they're across the 50-yard line now.
1st and 10 after the penalty. Thumper sends the wide receiver to the top of the screen. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Back he goes to pass. Plenty of time. Dumps it off over the middle. Kenny Hendricks. Is he going to get up? He's going to get up. A handful of yards there. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and again, a great little pitch and catch. Oh, man, and 100 yards on the game. Man, this is just new life for this Nashville team.
2-minute warning. Plenty of time to score. We got 2 minutes left in the first half. Nashville is driving after that penalty. What do you think Pittsburgh needs to do to slow this Nashville team down?
Well, you can't commit any more of those kind of shoot yourself in the foot fouls. I mean, that seems pretty obvious, but again, just as this game gets closer and closer, you cannot afford to make mistakes.
We're back that pass, and it looks like that's intercepted. It is intercepted. Number 43 on the defense for the Riverhogs, and it was a fumble recovered by Thumper. What a you don't see that too often. You know, if you're a quarterback, that's what you got to do. You throw an interception, get that darn ball back.
Oh my God! And it didn't even hit the ground. That is incredible. That is one of the most phenomenal plays I think you're gonna see. That is gonna be, if there's a highlight reel, the most unusual SFL plays of all time. That's got to make the top 10. That is just absolutely astounding.
Very unusual way for them to get a first down, but they'll take it. Back to pass, runs to the top of the screen, well defended by strong safety J.C. Wallace. They didn't get who the wide receiver was, but whoever it was blanketed by Wallace.
Yeah, absolutely. And this defense is, oh man, both of these teams are still a little shaken from that last play, trying to get their heels back dug in here.
Still trying to process it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process it. My goodness.
Single back formations. Plenty of time to put some points on the board before the end of the half. Cooper taking his time. 7 seconds left. Back to pass. It's a little bit of pressure. Dumps it off. Caught by Kenny Hendricks. 3rd and 5. Clock is stopped.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, right? I mean, you know, it's really, man, and it feels like Nashville could have lost the ball multiple times in this drive. I mean, the pass interference, the fumble, the interception recovered as a fumble by the quarterback that threw it. I mean, this has just been bizarro land, this drive.
Back to pass goes Thumper. Pumps it once, goes deep. Caught by Kenny Hendricks. First down. They're in field goal range with 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, and I think they're going to run a little more time off the clock, perhaps try to get Pittsburgh to use those. But again, just pure patience and just hauls it. It kind of has it in the crook of his arm and then pulls it in. A bit of an unusual way to catch that, but I mean, they're as you say, within field goal range, and it really kind of allows Nashville to do what they would like in terms of clock management.
The wide receiver set. Upper behind center. Back to pass, short drop over the middle, wide open. Hanley Younger, the fullback. I had to do a double take. I thought there was a wide receiver catching the ball.
Yeah, man, and Nashville really putting all hands on deck as they get further and further down the field here. Really want to take away 7 points. I mean, that would be pretty much the ideal scenario after you feel like you should have lost the ball twice to walk away with 7 points and theoretically go into the locker room with a tie.
Nashville threatening, short drop by Thumper, thrown in the end zone, caught! Easton King put some points on the board. We could have a tie ball game here with 1 minute and some change on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. A great drive by Nashville. I mean, they're, you know, we talk about the football gods all the time, but I mean, I don't think I've ever seen such direct intervention. 3rd down, defensive pass interference, no. A fumble, no. Interception, no. Quarterback that throw it gets it recovered as a fumble. So Nashville really just hanging in there. And I mean, you definitely can't take away, of course, all the wackiness of that drive aside. You absolutely cannot take away the work done by Switch Thumper and the rest of the offense. But oh man, the only complaint I think you could really have if you're a Nashville fan is that there's a little too much time left on the clock with 3 timeouts left for Pittsburgh.
Definitely plenty of time, but to add to your point, Cooper was really impressive. I mean, if a team's looking for a gritty quarterback that doesn't get taken when a mistake is made, I mean, right there was proof positive what someone can bring to the table.
We've never seen a quarterback on the hands team in the SFL before, but I mean, Switch Thumper? Question mark.
Pittsburgh with the return. Excuse me. Awesome King takes it out to the 35-yard line, like you said earlier. 1 minute, 1 second left in the first half is plenty of time for Pittsburgh to answer.
Yeah, especially with 3 timeouts. I mean, again, you really want to save that last timeout in case you get stopped far down the field and you need to use it to set up the timeout. But yeah, those 2 timeouts really, again, just open up so many opportunities for you.
Blitz in motion, lines up in the slot. Back goes Jackson to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. Caught. First down. Timeout by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and as we say, that last timeout, most likely, unless their hand is forced, most likely going to be used to set up a field goal. And again, just continuing to march down the field here.
18 for 22, 195 for Jackson. Eye pro set by Pittsburgh. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Ooh, broken up at the last second. I believe that was the cornerback. No, it wasn't. I thought it was Bentley Bonner, but didn't get a good read on that jersey.
Yeah, and not only is it important to get the swap, but, as we say, just really important, especially in situations like this, to set your rhythm and stick to it.
2nd and 10, 52 seconds left in the first half. Single back formation. We've got a rollout and a dump off. Wheeler only gets a couple. 3rd and 9.
And pushed out of bounds. So that timeout by Pittsburgh has been saved here. So if they're able to convert here, I mean, again, that helps them, I think, almost as much as picking up more yardage.
3rd and 9 with 47 seconds left. See what they do. Trips look to the top of the screen out of a single back set. And Jackson back to pass. 4-man rush. Pressure up the middle. Dumps it off to BB Blitz. Got some room, but short of the first down. 4th and 2. 42 seconds left to do. Left. Go. What do you do in this situation?
I'm always an advocate of going for it, especially with, only 42 seconds left on the clock. I mean, of course you want to respect, Switch Thumper has been so good this game, but they're going to go for the safe option and, hope to come into halftime with a tie.
Does it? Stopped at the 7-yard line. 33 seconds left. I would expect maybe Nashville to run this out, but I've been wrong before.
I almost think you want to kneel it out, even because I mean you're tied in a game like this, right? You're tied in a game where you could very easily be behind by multiple scores, and you gotta take what you've done well and build on it in the second. I mean, no reason to make a major screw up right before the halftime whistle.
Twins looks like they're going to pass. A little bit of pressure. Had to roll out of the pocket. He's running, and he slides after a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's really not something we've seen of Switch Thumper this game. I mean, really has preferred to stay in the pocket and just read what's up and down the field. First time taking off. I mean, of course, as you say, the run really on the cards in a situation like this, but I almost wonder if they're going to try to draw up a deep run from way back in their own territory here.
Really rolling the dice. Back to pass. Incomplete over the middle. There is a flag. This could be pass interference. And it looks like it is. Pass interference against Pittsburgh. Bo John Canna, the inside linebacker, gets caught.
Yeah, and we're going to see it again here. Yeah, you can't do stuff like that. Just all over, does not even get his arms fully extended. I mean, there's some pretty close calls in terms of pass interference, but I think a situation like that, I don't think it gets much more clear cut than that.
It gets him a little bit out of the danger territory. It gives him some room on the field. There's only 23 seconds left, but they line up in a single back formation with 2 wide, bottom of the screen, sending the slot up to the top. Cooper surveys the field. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Active pass, short drop, plenty of time, throws it, and caught!
Oh, no timeout. They're just rushing back to the line.
Yeah, they're running. They're hurrying up.
I mean, they found a good formation here, so it makes sense.
Stops the ball. That was a big play here. Thumper, great pass. I think they caught the defense a little bit napping on that one.
Yeah, man, and I almost would have liked to see them use the timeout there, but I guess it does still set you up for a Hail Mary, and maybe if there's a couple seconds left on the clock, you can use the. I guess it makes sense to spike the ball there over using your last timeout.
2nd and 10. They run up the middle after passing it. Hanley Younger, that's a couple yards on the stat book, and we hit triple zeros. End of the first half. What a great game we've seen so far. What stands out to you, Alden, for the first half?
Yeah, well, time to exhale for everyone, I think, because, really has been just a game of margins, a game of inches, because, again, both these teams really successful on offense, the passing attack, the rushing attack. I mean, we've got you've got Wheeler and on one side of the ball, and Blitz on one side of the ball, and of course you got Switch Thumper just really spreading the ball around on the other. Man, and it's been just kind of feels like these crazy moments have really kind of stuck out just because both of these teams have been so good. I mean, how often in this league, or in any other football league for that matter, do you see an interception and then a fumble that's recovered by the quarterback that threw it? I mean, I would have to go back and do some deep digging to find another instance of it, but both these teams really successful on offense, and they're going to be, like I said, it's going to be a shootout right to the finish.
I agree. I mean, to your point, that's like seeing the Loch Ness Monster. I mean, that rarely ever happens. I'm fortunate to had an opportunity to watch it with you here up in the booth. It was a very exciting first half, and I think we're in for some more here in the second half. Pittsburgh will be receiving. We get a tie ball game, and hold on to your seats, folks. This is going to be a wild one.
Yeah, I mean, people in this league love scoregami, and this game might be the one that starts turnover-agami. We'll see.
All taken out to the 20, still going out to the 30-yard line. Awesome King with another good return.
Yeah, and it's really Pittsburgh's opportunity to fire back here after Nashville had that very scary, very threatening drive at the end of the last quarter. And man, it's really, again, as we said, it turns into games like this, turn into chess matches in the third quarter, fourth quarter. And it's really going to be the question of who makes that blunder that gets their king trapped, so to speak.
Out comes King Jackson in an I spread formation, and then the wide receiver to the top of the screen. Back to pass, short drop. Plenty of time. Looks to drop it off. Looks like that was intended for Wheeler, but he was blanketed.
Yeah, absolutely tight coverage, and sometimes those can be those kind of bang pass interference calls, like we say. But again, you just gotta go effort all the way, even if it means that you do sometimes get a pass interference call.
I think the defensive coach said, don't make him get those easy catches. That tight end shouldn't be bringing him in so easy in the middle. Professional foul is better than giving up a pass for free, I will say 100% of the time. Jackson behind center. Back to pass, 4-man rush, dumps it off. Wheeler makes up for it. It's a good 3rd and 2. After that last play, he was covered, but, he says, hey, I can still catch this ball. Let me show you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really been something that has been so, so special. As we see King Jackson over 200 yards passing on the game. But again, Wheeler has the ability to just get the ball and drive his shoulder through the defense. And we saw another instance of it there.
3rd and 2. What Pittsburgh's got up their sleeve. 4-man down lineman for Nashville. Runs off tackle, 1st down, still going. BB Blitz with a big run on 3rd down to move the chains.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we say, it's really been, as much as everyone on Pittsburgh has done some good things on offense, it's really been that 3-prong attack of King Jackson to Wheeler and, of course, BB Blitz providing a very reliable hand out of the backfield as well.
Enough up the middle. BB Blitz keeps going. Add 3 more to his sheet.
And that's sort of what we mean by reliable as well. It's not only the big runs, and he has a number of those as well. I mean, it's the fact that, you see there are 2 touchdowns around 4 yards on average. So you can hand it off to him on 1st down. And he's going to get you a 2nd and medium, 2nd and short, most of the time.
And 7. Play clock down to 16 seconds. And Jackson surveying the field. Back to pass. 4-down rush. Dumps it off. Wheeler. Keith Wheeler still going. 1st down and more. Out to the 33, 34-yard line.
Wow. And,
it looks like Bonner, the cornerback for Nashville Tempo, is down.
Yeah, but the positives on this play, when Wheeler's not doing things himself, it's really the offensive unit for Pittsburgh that are doing things well, because we saw, again, because of the patience there, Wheeler crossing the 100-yard mark, but we saw the block develop in real time, so he didn't even have to blow through the defenders, because that big meaty offensive line just created the space for him after the catch.
Wheeler lined up as a fullback, did a short out route, got the catch, and got 10 yards after it. 8 yards after catch, moved the chains. They're using Wheeler all day.
Yeah, I mean, again, we were talking about earlier in this game how versatility is an underrated aspect of an SFL draft prospect. And I mean, versatile has been kind of the key word. He's there on these short passes. He's there on these big medium to long routes. He's been there as the touchdown guy. He's been there as the pick up a few yards guy. So really kind of showing off all the tools in his toolbox to these prospective SFL teams.
BB Blitz with 3 more yards, and they are knocking on the red zone. Not quite there yet, but so far this drive has been very effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And BB Blitz, again, crosses the 50-yard mark, 2 touchdowns on the day. I mean, just everybody on both of these offenses doing so well. It just feels like neither team deserves to lose.
Some pressure. Dumps off the Wheeler again. It's the Wheeler show as he takes it down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, and it just feels like with Wheeler, too. I mean, not only is he so reliable with the hands and just running over the defense, but it also just feels like the way he runs routes, it just kind of opens up space. I mean, again, it's one-on-one coverage that is really tight all the way down the field, and then he just puts on this little stutter step, and he's wide open. I mean, again, it's really a major part of the SFLM experience is showing, not just your stats, not just your mental intangibles, but your versatility, truly what you bring to an SFL team, to an SFL Major League team that they don't already have.
King Jackson's got to be having a blast out there with the weapons he has, and Mossum King Wheeler and the rest of the offense. Passes in the end zone, caught. There you go. Xavier Knight looks like just ran a seam route and was, wide open for that catch. Good pass, good ball placement by Jackson.
And again, firing back by Pittsburgh. And again, yeah, as you say, it's just the routes all over the field. I mean, it's really almost kind of hard to fault these defenses when you've got multiple receivers, number one, that are so explosive. And so you got to cover them all pretty much. But also, they're so crafty in the way that they construct these routes, not only on the sideline, but the way they actually run them. I mean, you've got these like option routes that they're running, and it allows them to open themselves up basically.
Jackson Arthur with the extra point. Have you ever wanted to be play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team this minor league and next major league season. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. Return up to the 30, out to the 35, out to the 40, still going. Brought down at the 43. They're going to give him the 44-yard line.
I absolutely love games like this in the SFL. Not only are these teams absolutely close, and like I said, neither team really feels like has done anything to deserve to lose. Again, it's just like games like this, you could not write this if this was Friday Night Lights. Again, they need to fire back. Okay, let's take it out to the 45-yard line and start from there. I mean, just fantastic football in this game.
All right, Mr. Thumper, show us what you're going to do. Down by 7 in the third quarter. 1st and 10. It looks like a runoff tackle. Ace Ketchum is going for the first down. Nice run on first down. Haven't heard Ace Ketchum's name too much tonight.
Yeah, no, it's really been, Switch Thumper over 200 yards passing in this game, as we mentioned. But, again, I mean, as you get down the stretch here, having that depth in your roster really makes all the difference. Having, not just a number of receivers that can spread the ball around rather than just having to shoulder all the offense on one, but also having running backs that you can pick up, 5 yards, 10 yards at a time. Really, again, it just expands your playbook so much.
High spread, slot receiver in motion. 11 seconds left on the play clock. Like a run-off tackle. Ketchum gets the ball again. This time only gets one.
Yeah, they were not gonna let Ketchum get out of the backfield there. Just a little shoulder, a little forearm shiver sending him to the ground there.
2nd and 9. Wide to the top, one at the bottom. With the short drop, goes back deeper, throws it in the middle. Kenny Hendricks with a nice catch, with a nice run after catch, and gets the first down.
Yeah, and you really gotta give Switch Thumper credit. I mean, not only has he had patience all game long, but after that first sack has really done a much better job of adjusting and moving around in the pocket when necessary. Again, just another fantastic route that creates space up the middle. And Hendricks over 150 receiving yards on the day. Man, Switch Thumper has had so many reliable options out there.
Split backs. Win formation. That goes Thumper. Oh, and we flag, but a great catch by Easton King.
Oh, yeah. That
face mask.
Yeah, looked like his arms kind of got around, like he took him down like a bulldog a little bit. Incidental face mask, but...
That was the nice hands catch of the day, I think. Brought to you by Retroid. The Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. First down after the nice catch and penalty. They are threatening. Run up the middle. Catch him again. Keeps running. Didn't look like he was going to get anything. But Alden managed to get 2 yards on that.
Yeah, and absolutely. As you say, man, Nashville have really done made the most, I should say, of this starting field position, getting across the 50 and now deep into the red zone.
2nd and 8. 4 down look by Pittsburgh. Back to pass. Sends an extra blitzer. Pressure. He's brought down. Number 98 on the Pittsburgh Riverhogs just eats him up in the backfield.
Yeah, and that's another instance of, or I should say, perhaps the first instance that we've seen this game of really a coverage sack. Really, it's the patience for Switch Thumper has been rewarded, but again, just gets into the backfield there because nothing really develops for, I think, the first time we've seen all game long.
Got our first bunch formation of the night. Top of the screen. Thumper goes back. Plenty of time. Nice pocket. Wide open. Kenny Hendricks with another great catch in the middle.
And another big stop for Pittsburgh.
That's sport. I thought, you know what? I thought that was a first down. My mistake.
Yeah. And this is big. I'm a big advocate of going for it here, especially when you're this deep into the enemy territory. I mean, into the red zone, because again, of course you'll take the 3 points, but it just feels like in a game like this, I mean, pinning them deep in their own zone is almost as good as taking a field goal. You really got to strive for that touchdown.
Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 in the palm of your hand. Order the Retroid today at goretroid.com. Search SFL. Download our mod at simulation.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Pittsburgh gets the ball in their goal line, takes it out, to the 26 yard line.
Yeah, and this is really an opportunity for Pittsburgh to put themselves in a dominant position and force Nashville to really kind of take risks that they otherwise wouldn't to get back into this game. I mean, a touchdown would be absolutely massive to put them up by 2 scores.
Pro look by Pittsburgh. Jackson lines up behind center. Run up the middle.
Ooh.
BB Blitz wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and BB Blitz has been really successful on these first down handoffs, just sort of buying a little space up the middle, a few yards up the middle, but just really got blown up there.
Also one. They're showing the same formation, split pro. Back to pass, short drop. Dumps it off. Number 11, Xavier Knight. That was a great hands by Knight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And 3rd and 1. Oh man, this would be so huge for Nashville to get this stop. I mean, you got to come up with the exact right play here.
Joker's look. 20 seconds on the play clock. Run up the middle, first down and more for BB Blitz. He's still going. That was how you answer. I mean, that was the offense was tested on 3rd down, and Blitz up the middle seemed to be the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely, and just follows the block. Almost gets stopped, but the block creates the space there, and now 4 more downs to work with for Pittsburgh.
Set of downs. Twins look by Pittsburgh. 4-4 look by Nashville. 15 seconds on the play clock. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Not so much anymore.
Ooh.
Spent too much time in the backfield. And it looks like Connor O'Shaughnessy, the defensive end, 6'8", 272. You can't spend time picnicking back in that pocket, or I'm going to bring you down.
No, absolutely. And again, I believe we're going to see it again here, but he just absolutely gets through, man, just not able to fully set the block because of the speed and the power that he approaches it with.
Big loss, 2nd and a mile, 2nd and 17. Red eye spread shown by Pittsburgh. Like a nickel look by Nashville. Back to pass. 4 rushers, plenty of time. Dumps it off to Wheeler. Surprise, surprise. Decent run there. Decent run after catch.
As you say, I mean, it's one thing to know where the ball is going. It's another thing to stop it from going there. And, that's really a distinction that I think we've seen pretty much all game long, because King Wheeler has just or excuse me, because Wheeler has just done such a fantastic job hauling in everything that's even near him.
Back to pass. Throws it deep. Oh, a little too long. 4th and 7. That pass was intended for Xavier Knight, and I don't think he had a chance. The defender was all over him.
Yeah, absolutely. Just what I was going to say, all over him. You know, again, you worry about the potential pass interference there, but no flag, no laundry to be found, and does a good job. And man, Nashville get their chance right back.
Big stop for the Nashville defense. Let's see how the offense responds. Not much of a return. Ball's on the 25-yard line. Out comes Switch Thumper. See if they can take the lead.
Yeah, and keeping an eye on the other game, the winner of this game would play, the winner of Albuquerque-Chicago, the other game in our block, would take on the winner of this game. Currently about 4 minutes left in that game. Chicago up 31-14 over Albuquerque. Loser of that game takes on the winner of San Jose-Lexington.
Down and 10 on the Nashville's 25-yard line. Back to pass goes Thumper. Plenty of time, throws it deep and caught by Kenny Hendricks. Marvelous catch, just thrown, and pass as well, just thrown over the shoulder, right in the waiting arms of Hendricks.
Yeah, Nashville exploding out of the starting blocks. Oh, man. And look at the route. Looks like he's going one way, takes his defender another. That is just pure pass and catch offense.
181 yards for Hendricks.
20 yards.
Average.
20 yards darn near average per catch. That is astounding.
Good game for that run up the middle, 4 yards. That was the fullback, Stanley Younger, with the ball.
Yeah, man, and tough tackling by the Pittsburgh defense here. That was Mojo Tana again. Mojo Tana again, just bowling over the run game here.
One lone wide receiver to the top of the screen. Tight end McGill in motion. Seconds left on the play clock. Handoff up the middle. Stanley Younger with another run. Stanley Younger with the first down of the ball, the fullback, and good things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually use the fullback to pick up a few yards, but he keeps his legs chugging. He stays up on his feet and, man, just rides the wave to the shore, as we mentioned earlier in this game, just gets across the line there.
That is the end of the third quarter. Get your fours up. 24-20, Pittsburgh on top. Going into the fourth quarter. 8 p.m. music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. Explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Starting off, first play of the fourth quarter. Thumper goes back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. Oh! Another good catch by the fullback in the middle. That fullback has some good hands, and I'm sure there's some scouts that he's opening some eyes.
Yeah, and I think that was actually dropped, I believe.
Oh, shoot, I thought he caught it.
No, I'm right there with you because it looked like it was brought in, but just it sort of fell to the turf kind of inert there.
Inert? I'm going to have to Google that one. Back to pass. Thumper wide open. He is gone. Kenny Hendricks take it to the house. Put 7 on the board. And young man, you just gave Nashville the lead.
Well, that previous play was inert. That one was completely explosive. And again, just a pass down the sideline by Switch Thumper. It's the route that creates all the space, and there is nothing but green grass in front of that young man. A fantastically drawn and executed passing play there.
We saw a couple plays tonight where the wide receiver was wide open deep, and you either overthrown or dropped, but that one was perfectly executed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yoki makes it a 3-point ball game with 9 minutes and 48 seconds. Plenty of time. Got a long game ahead of us here. 9 minutes left. Nashville only up by 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this double elimination format, of course, every win all the more important. I mean, I guess there's not a win that's not important, but both these teams looking to take their own destiny into their own hands here.
And he is going to the 40, 45, still going. Moss King with a great return. He's putting on a kick return showcase tonight.
Man, and Himothy Mossam King, as we mentioned, one of these two-way players, but just manages to show that not only can he shine at this level, not only can he shine at the next level, he can shine at this level too. So it really helps to have just a varying level of experience on your SFLM team, and Himothy Mossam King has had quite the game here today, even just from the return spot.
Great field position for Pittsburgh. Let Twins look. Back goes Jackson. Plenty of time and dumps it off.
Ooh.
I believe that was to the fullback, number 35. Might have been the tight end.
Yeah, stops the play very short there.
2nd and 8. Gain of 2. Jokers look. Short drop. Throws it over the middle. Tipped by the linebacker. Looks like he had a shot at it, but at this point of the game, you need to really capitalize on that.
Yeah, that was an interesting passing play, would be the nice way to put it. Made eye contact immediately with Wheeler and just instantly pulled the trigger. Almost paid the price there for that quick decision.
Trips to the bottom. Goes Jackson, gets a little bit of rush, dumps it off. Blitz. It's the first down. Those screen passes are just killing the defenses.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been so tough for them to deal with. Again, not only the fact that they catch it, but man, again, it's these vicious blocks that open up the space as well.
The chains. Pittsburgh is looking pretty good so far at the start of this fourth quarter. Only down by 3. The split Twins look by Pittsburgh. 4-3 look by Nashville. A linebacker showing blitz, goes back into coverage. Jackson goes back, dumps it off. And another catch by Wheeler after a gain of 5.
Man, and if we had not already handed out the SFL Good Hands catch of the game, I mean, that would be another candidate right there. Just reaches up with one hand and pulls it down. That is just some supreme athleticism. Again, it's not just when the ball's thrown to him. I mean, Wheeler's going out of his way to pull it in.
Blitz with a good run to get the first down. Takes it just about into red zone territory, maybe a couple yards short, 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Nice blocking up front, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, that I think has really gone a little undercovered by us. Of course, I got to point it out as an offensive line player myself, but, it's when these passes are completed and these runs are set up, it's the fact that they're getting good blocks off of it as well.
First shotgun look of the night. And it looked like that was a pass out to, I believe that was the fullback. I didn't catch who caught that one. 300 yards, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, and King Jackson, I was going to say, has to be getting very close to 300, if not already, and exactly to 300 yards there. Jokers
in the red zone. Blitz is running. Doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere. Brought down in the backfield. Defense was just waiting for that one. And the linebacker was saying, no, sir, not on this one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's really, really time to toughen up, if you're Nashville. Holding them to a field goal would be absolutely massive. It cannot be overstated.
3rd and 6. Back goes Jackson. 4 rush. Plenty of time. Throws it deep and intercepted by Chris Delro. Strong safety. He's still going. Spinning. Moving. Nobody's going to stop him. He might take it all the way. He's still going at the 10-yard line. The 5, he's gone. What a huge play by the Nashville defense.
And we were talking about how it feels like a chess match, the back and forth, the pawns being sacrificed, and all setting up for that one moment, that one crucial swing of momentum. And it is here. It has happened. The moment is here. The big interception and just juking and jiving and absolutely leaving every single ounce of energy out on the field, putting Nashville in a dominant position. And this is their game to lose now.
Could make it a 10-point ball game. A sandwich for right up the middle. 10-point lead. And just like that, Nashville 34, Pittsburgh 24.
Okay, everyone, let's reset. Let's collect ourselves and take a breath, man. And we talked about how this was going to be back and forth, and man, it is going to be seeming to be going to be an exciting one all the way up to the finish line.
I'll return to the 30. Oh, there's a fumble, and it looks like Nashville got the ball back.
My goodness.
Everything's going Nashville's way here in the fourth.
Yeah, the circus ball play has really been in effect. I mean, we saw that crazy interception.
That was Noah Davis with that huge hit on special teams.
Yeah, it was that crazy interception thrown. I believe it was also thrown by Nashville, led to a fumble that was recovered by Switch Thumper. Now they're looking to deliver what would not necessarily be the killing blow, but it would it would certainly be a candidate for the coup de grace.
First and 10. Nashville so far is in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. Rollout by Thumper, looking deep, caught by Kenny Hendricks for the first down.
Yeah, and it's all Nashville right now. As you said, they are looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal all the way to the finish. They have found somehow, some way, have found another gear here. And again, it's the double move on the route that just opens up the space.
Yeah, that was a great play to run. It looked like they were running a zone there. That route just was enough to get some opening in the receiver and the defender. First and 10. Let's spread look. Nashville's knocking on the door again, running it up the middle. Ace Ketchum for 1 yard.
And a quick update on the other game in this block has just gone final. Chicago, the winner in that one. That means Chicago awaits the winner of this game, and as well Albuquerque awaiting the winner of San Jose Lexington. So a lot on the line in this game, including knowing who your next opponent is.
End zone caught! Eddie Hendricks with the touchdown. Nashville is now in control.
Yeah, a solid 2-score lead. And there's so much time left. I mean, we say it all the time in this league that, you know, it's not over until we hit triple zeros. But man, it is absolutely, it just feels like how poetic would it be if Nashville make this comeback and then Pittsburgh just claw and scrap their way back in. Of course, you know, as we say, double elimination. So not the end of the line, no matter what happens, but you gotta fight to stay in that winner's bracket as long as you can.
Nashville with a great play there, put some more points on the board. Second round of the SFLM double elimination tournament continues next with 4 teams facing elimination with a loss. Bossier City at Philadelphia and Lexington visit San Jose. Action starts at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. Check out the next class of SFL draft picks and stars right here on SFL YouTube. Pittsburgh takes the ball back out the 29-yard line. This is a big test for the quarterback king. We talked earlier in the game about Thumper responding after that interception. Let's see what Jackson can do here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're down, but you're not out. And again, it's all about those intangibles, your ability and your willingness to fight even through these tough scenarios. And we have no reason to think King Jackson does not have those things because, again, I mean, he has had just such a fantastic game that it shows that toughness.
And up the middle, blitz for 1 yard. Hasn't been. He was on fire the first half. So far in the fourth, he's looks like he's cooled off a little bit, but and it's still early.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh man, it's up to Pittsburgh to find their rhythm now. That really is the key. That is the key.
And go back formation, 2nd and 9. Back goes Jackson, short drop, caught. Xavier Knight, looks like that was a slant route that took him all the way to the chains. First down, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and it's going to be these quick passes that I think we're going to see more and more of on these drives and any future drives that Pittsburgh has for that matter. But again, we just saw very quickly something's developing up the middle. Okay, you got to pull the trigger quickly. And again, King Jackson is great in situations where you've got the patience to look up and down the field and wait for these routes to develop. But he's got to show now the ability to act quickly as this time is winding down.
Blitz up the middle. Turning his legs, 6 yards. They are in hurry up. Under 5 minutes to go. Split spread look.
And I like this rather than burning your timeouts too soon. Just find a formation you like.
Oh, and that was an odd throw. I don't know how the tight end caught that one. Pull out by Jackson. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. By Eric Duncan. Move the chains. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go.
And they have the mismatch, so you got to force Nashville to use that timeout.
Ooh, another good pass. Xavier Knight picks that up.
Yeah, they're continuing to push.
They've got him in a good set.
Yeah.
Back to pass. Throws deep. Eric Duncan move the chains again. They're knocking at the door on the 16-yard line.
And they're going to continue to push this mismatch until Nashville calls a timeout or manages to stop them.
Pull out, throw it in the the 2-yard line, right into the hands of Xavier Knight. But he, you got to give him some credit. He was defended pretty tightly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, again, it's not a bad pass either, mind you, by King Jackson. I mean, hit him right in the hands.
You could have argued maybe you could have thrown some laundry on that one, but hey,
sure.
That's probably walking in the booth.
I'm sure Pittsburgh probably feel that way, certainly as well. Besides the fact that you could argue it.
Oh, throw complete. Guess who? Keith Wheeler on the 1.5-yard line. First and goal with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Back the pass goes Jackson, wide open. Timothy Mossam King does what he needs to do just at the right time. They put points on the board. Pittsburgh responds.
And hang on, because this game is not over yet. Great route into the end zone and then just crosses toward the sideline. Man, and that is going to take just the slightest bit of pressure off if you're Nashville. Still got to execute pretty much perfectly to the finish line, but that is one step. That is one step in the right direction of several that you've got to take now. And again, it just goes to show some major league poise being shown by King Jackson, and also some major league poise being shown by his receivers, particularly Timothy Mossam King.
Jackson Arthur makes it a 10-point ball game. Nashville set. Oh, they're on the onside kick formation. Here we go. Get ready for some fun. It looks like they recovered it. There was a flag. Did the ball not go far enough? Looks like it did not go.
Such a well executed kick. That is unfortunate for Pittsburgh.
Now it looks like they're going back to the regular old kick. No, sorry, I'm wrong. Back to onside kick. Thank goodness. I love it. Onside kick goes up. It looks like Nashville is going to keep the ball on the Pittsburgh 31-yard line. Number 69 has some good hands. Looks like that might be an offensive lineman or defensive lineman.
Looked like it was going to bounce off of his hands. They were going to see it again. A little bit of a tip and bobble there, but going to hold on to it. And man, you are. Oh, man, almost dropped
when he was juggling that.
Yeah, his career flashed before his life when that did not secure in his hand the first drive, but it just dropped in there into the cradle at the very last second, fortunately.
They're already starting off just outside of field goal range. Yuki's long so far this year's 44. Maybe they're on, barely a couple yards outside his longest.
force a fumble or an interception. That's like your absolute goal right now. They're going to be aggressively trying to strip the ball, trying to blow plays up in the backfield to lose yardage. I mean, giving up a field goal is not the end of the world, especially if you score again quickly. But again, you've got to make something happen on defense.
That was a nice run up the middle by Ace Ketchum. That's what you need on first down. 6 yards when you're trying to control the clock. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left and ticking. Thumper behind center. I look in the backfield. And then the fullback out in a little bit motion off tackle. 3 seconds left on the play clock. And all the time in the world, run outside by Ketchum. And Ketchum gets a first down. Yeah. We didn't hear a lot from him this first part of the game, but he's executing when you give him the ball.
Yeah, and they're going to take it down to at least the 2-minute warning. I mean, that is, I think, one of the major ways that you can succeed here if you're Nashville. I mean, other than, just scoring a touchdown would be pretty much the goal. But, I mean, that's another way that you can succeed is to run it down to the 2-minute warning and force Pittsburgh to use 2 or even all of their timeouts.
10 seconds left on the play clock. We're looking at 2 minutes and 25 seconds in the game. Nashville's taking its time, as they should.
Ooh.
The flag. Did somebody jump on offense?
No, I think that was a delay of game. The old Bill Belichick tactic.
It's pretty smart. I don't know if I've seen that before. I don't know if I've seen a delay of game call.
I don't think I've seen an intentional delay of game in the SFL. I think Bill Belichick is the only coach I've ever seen use that.
First and 15. Clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Pittsburgh defense needs to do something here. Rush up the middle by Ketchum. Ketchum's going, still going. Nice run. Nice way to recover after that intentional penalty.
And as you see there, the Bill Belichick strategy to intentionally chew up the 2-minute warning, that is some very high football IQ coaching here.
Yeah, definitely a tip of the cap to the coaching team of Nashville on that one. We hit the 2-minute warning. Not a lot of time left for the Pittsburgh fans. They need to get something. At this point, they're near the need a miracle stage. Up goes Thumper, and looking for something from the Pittsburgh defense. High formation. You just keep running it and take off the clock. That's what I do. Let's see. Up the middle goes Ketchum. First down for Ketchum and more. Not what Pittsburgh wanted.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, having to dip into those timeouts is really tough.
Timeout called. Pittsburgh had to stop the clock. The clock is their enemy right now, along with Nashville. Brings it off to Ketchum again. Ketchum's going. Ketchum's fighting.
Ooh.
Oh, just barely at the 3-inch marker.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be about and a graphing calculator to go here.
Wow, this is close. I mean, it's
and less than the length of a football to go here.
Is this quarterback sneak territory?
I'd like to see it. But
they do. Nashville's clearly in the driver's seat here. Hand it off to Ketchum, and why not? Hurdles over the defender into the end zone. Nashville looks like they're going to get the W here after an impressive second half.
And look, I mean, shenanigans and chicanery aside, on the part of the football gods, I mean, this was really, and still not over yet. I think we should be very clear about. But this has been a back and forth game pretty much all game long, and so Nashville have made correct decisions. It's easy to look at, okay, well, it was the fumbles, it was the pick six, and those certainly are not insignificant factors, but at the same time, it's the fact that you held in for so long against such a tough offense and such a tough defense that you even got into a position where a pick six and a crucial fumble got you into that position to start with. Otherwise you're just hoping for miracles to keep you in the game.
Pittsburgh takes the ball out to the 33-yard line. They're at the point right now that every play has to be significant. Not a lot of time, and they've got 17 points to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're going to see here. I mean, King Jackson is one of the more promising quarterbacks in the SFL minor leagues, and we're going to see how he handles these situations where you're down big and you got to go for these not quite Hail Marys, but designed deep routes.
1 minute and 44 seconds left on the game clock. Roll out by Jackson. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. Almost picked off. Chris Delro almost had his second today.
And as we mentioned, of course, another thing to consider is that double elimination rules means that there's two brackets, a winner, an upper bracket and a lower bracket. If you're knocked out of the upper bracket, you go into the lower bracket. The winner of the upper bracket and the winner of the lower bracket will face off in the final. And so it is not the end of the road. Of course, you would love to stay in the upper bracket for as long as you can.
Nice catch. Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you. Nice catch by Mossum King. Excuse me. Timeout called by Pittsburgh. That was their last time.
Yeah. And just to kind of go over the schedule here so far, what we know about Friday night, Albuquerque taking on the winner of Lexington and San Jose. Of course, the Philadelphia Bossier City winner, assuming this result were to hold.
It was deep. Caught by Mossum King down to the 29-yard line, and they're in hurry up. 403 yards passing. Mr. Jackson tonight. Back to pass, short drop. Throws it, caught. I believe that was Eric Duncan on the reception. They're still in hurry up. That's the only way to go at this point. 1 minute and 13 seconds left. Back goes Jackson. Throws it again and intercepted by Chris Delro, his second of the game.
Yeah, and if this result were to hold, as we say, Pittsburgh taking on the winner of Philadelphia or Bossier City, and of course that would mean then Nashville at Chicago in the winner's bracket final, with the winner securing their spot in the SFLM, the 8th SFLM championship. So, again, you want to win games like this because you book your spot in the winner's bracket final, but of course not the end of the road for either of these teams.
We're in the victory formation. 8 seconds left. Pittsburgh has no timeouts left. We're in a situation where they can run it out to the end. Who on the Nashville squad on offense stood out to you the most?
I think really you got to give a lot of credit to Switch Thumper just for if you take away the pick six, if you take away the fumble, I think you look at Switch Thumper has been consistent. He's had he's not just had help from his receivers, but he's been able to diagnose where the ball needs to go and when. He's been very patient, got that sack very early in the game, but was able to adjust his approach to the pocket. And, it's going to make it tough because tough to take if you're Pittsburgh, because, not only do you lose, but you lose a game where you were very, very good. Of course, King Jackson had a fantastic game. So did Wheeler, and Blitz also. So, it really feels like one of those games where just, it's not necessarily one team was better than the other, but one team just held on, and that was the difference at the end of the day. You can't quite point to a statistical difference necessarily.
We have reached the end of the game. Nashville, his fourth win in a row, and I believe they've all been at home. They really took charge here in the second half.
I believe you're right.
31 points.
And again, speaking of there not being much of a difference statistically, I mean, look at how even these stats are. Very even total yards, very even passing yards. And again, it's just it came down to those couple those couple plays, the turnovers by Pittsburgh really ended up being the difference. Those 3 turnovers, one of them being a pick 6. And again, King Jackson had a fantastic game. I mean, over 400 yards. How often does that happen nowadays? And of course, the ball being spread around well. But again, just the turnovers came at the absolute worst time. And man, all you can do in a double bracket tournament is know that you've got another chance, and you gotta fight. You gotta do what you know that you can do well.
I'd say the 2 big game plays of the game was one, the Thumper getting that ball back on the fumble after he threw the interception, and then the obviously the interception by Delro, the strong safety for Nashville, taking it into the end zone. It looks like Thumper on Nashville, played even keel throughout the game. Able to keep pace with Pittsburgh in the first half. In the second half, though, the stars came out to shine for Nashville. Delro and also the wide receiver Hendricks. I believe he had 3 touchdowns tonight.
257 yards. I mean,
crazy. They really just turned it on in the second half. And, what a game! What a big win for Nashville. Pittsburgh has shown that they can put some points on the board. I really wouldn't want to play either of these 2, but last thoughts before we wrap this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Great game from both of these teams, 2 offensive powerhouses, and I almost feel like it would be justice to see these teams do things again. Of course, because of the result of this game, Pittsburgh going to take on the winner of Philadelphia Bossier, and Nashville taking on Chicago in the winners bracket finals. One of those 2 teams will book their spot in the SFLM championship. 2 teams that have proven that not only are they contenders, but that they have earned their way here.
All right, well, that does it for us. Thank you again for coming to see this great match between Nashville and Pittsburgh. More games to come later tonight. This is Charles Doherty, and on behalf of my partner, Alden Bleeker, good night, and see you at the next game.